A science killer is choking India's capital. For millions, there's no choice but to breathe it in. New Delhi CNN. Corporate seeing bags full of food from a dirty hemp mat spread on the sidewalk outside Delhi's South Campus metro station. Like millions of Indians who survived on handouts or daily wages, the 84-year-old says he has no choice but to be outside, breathing air thick with smoke in the Indian capital. I come here and wait. Sometimes the people give me a food, said Singh. His voice is straining over the noise of auto rickshaws and cars belching fumes just meters away. Delhi is often ranked among the world's most polluted cities, and air pollution there reaches hazardous levels in early November, according to India's National Air Quality Index called AQI, which tracks the presence of harmful particles in the air. But some Delhi residents have become so accustomed to bad air that each part of the daily life they barely notice it, they said. Others say it's making them sick. Gurpreet Singh begs for food outside Delhi's South Campus station. He struggled to be breathed in the pollution. Choking on smoke. A police officer directing traffic at one of Delhi's busy junctions says pollution levels have become unbearable this winter. I've taken off my mask because I need to blow the whistle to stop traffic. But it's been horrible, said the 48-year-old officer who didn't reveal his name because he's not authorized to speak to the media. Exhaust fumes flow from the rows of vehicles around him. He says he finds it hard to catch his breath. My eyes hurt. It's hard to breathe. It's not easy, he said. Social worker Nilam Josh, 39, says she feels the pollution every time she steps out of her house to catch the train to work. When you leave the house in the morning, that's the first thing which hits you, Josh said. By the end of the day, she says her body seems to have adjusted, but the next day it happens all over again. In the last 6 years that I have lived in Delhi, there's never been a reduction in pollution, she said. It only increased every year. Every year we reach a different level, and during festivals, it always becomes worse. Amanpreet Kaur, 28, a flight attendant from Delhi's Rohini area, recently cruised a flight from the United States and was stunned by the difference in the air quality. When I landed back into India after my flight from USA, I was horrible. It was horrible. I'm continually coughing, she said. Calder says the smoke is so bad that you can't see it at night as a dirty haze around the street lamps and the car headlights. When the sun sets, all you see is smoke, just smoke all around, Kaur said. It's very dangerous to live in Delhi. Smoke blankets India's government office on November 20, 2021 in New Delhi. My right to breathe. Aditya Dubey, an 18-year-old environment activist, has spent the past 2 years lobbying for urgent action against Delhi's pollution. Every year, the city is plagued by the throat-searing cloud of murky smoke, but it's worse in winter when lower temperatures and a drop in wind speed trap particles in the air for longer. Winter has become a torture and every day feels like a punishment, Dubey said. I have a burning sensation in my eyes and they start watering. I feel breathless. Last month, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal tries to control pollution levels by banning firecrackers for Diwali, a festival of light, but celebrations mostly proceeded as normal. The smoke from Diwali was exacerbated by a spike in the burning of crop waste in surrounding farmland. By November 5th, most locations in Delhi were recording an AQI above 500, the highest level on the scale. At that point, Dubai had had enough. The activist filed a petition with the Supreme Court seeking protection for his rights to breathe. On November 15, the court ruled in his favor and ruled the central government to do more. Subsequently, schools were shut, non-essential traffic was suspended, construction projects were halted, and six out of 11 coal-fired plants were ordered to close until the end of November. Construction project resumed Monday as Delhi recorded a marginal improvement in air quality, but for many, the damage had already been done. Morning haze enveloped the skyline of the outskirts of New Delhi, India in October 2020. The science killer. Delhi is not the only Indian city choked by smog. Last year, 9 of the world's 10 most polluted cities were in India, according to monitoring network Air. According to the World Health Organization called WHO, air pollution caused an estimated 7 million premature deaths a year globally, mainly as a result of increasing mortality from cardiovascular disease, cancers, and respiratory infections. Bad air could be reducing the life expectancy of hundreds of millions of Indians by as much as 9 years. According to the recent study by the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago, the study also found that every single one of the India's 1.3 billion residents endure annual average pollution levels that exceed the guidelines set by WHO. In 2019, the central government announced the National Clean Air Campaign with the aim to reduce the particulate pollution by up to 30% by 2024. Specific plans were created for each city in Delhi. Those plans included measures to reduce road traffic burn-offs and road dust, and to encourage the use of cleaner fuels. But in the past few years, India's pollution problem has worsened, partly due to the country's dependency on fossil fuels and in particular coal. At the recent COP26 climate summit in Glasgow, India was among a group of countries that pushed for the 11th hour amendment to the agreement to phase down coal rather than phase it out. In Delhi, noxious air is claiming tens of thousands of lives each year, according to analysis of AQ air data by Greenpeace. But despite the worsening air quality, some Delhi locals have become so accustomed to it, they don't seem to notice. Many roam the streets without a face mask and have developed a general complacency towards the pollution levels. Om Prakash Mali, a 50-year-old gardener, said the air pollution doesn't affect him or his work. We work with mud and in dust as a gardener, so I don't feel anything additional, he said. I think the top priority for the government should still be COVID-19. Pollution happens everywhere. Meanwhile, Shash Babu, 18, a manual laborer, said he doesn't really care about Delhi's thick smoke. His priority is earning money. Dubai activist says air pollution is considered to be an elitist issue. Air pollution is a science killer, he said. There is a lack of awareness. People don't realize the seriousness of it.